see how I made this Valentine's Day wreath. I started with a plain wreath form and 2 bolts of 10-inch mesh. For the first roll of mesh, I cut it into 10-inch pieces, and I'm taking 2 pieces and twisting them onto each peg. So I kind of roll them up, make an X, pinch, and I twist it on. And I'm going to be adding these pieces all to this back bigger ring first. And then once I have that all filled in, I will go to the top smaller ring and I will do the same exact thing in those pegs. The next roll of mesh that I used was a leopard print border stripe. I cut it into 18-inch pieces, and these I'm going to be ruffling. So we'll ruffle it, and every single peg on the wreath form is going to get one of these just right on top of where we added the red mesh. So I roll one side, I ruffle across the center, and then I roll the other side, and then I'm just going to twist it right on with the little pine branches. And I'm going all around the back bigger ring again, and then I will move right onto the top and complete that ring. Here is what it should look like when you're done. The next step is adding some ribbon. So I have these 2 different ribbons I cut into 13-inch pieces, and I'm going to add 1 piece of ribbon into each of the pegs that are on the back larger ring of the wreath. I'm just going to alternate between the red and then the solid gold, red, solid gold. This is basically just to help fill in that outer ring and make a nice round shape for the wreath. You could always add in 2 ribbons per grouping. It's totally up to you. Once you have that filled in, we're going to be adding on the heart wreath attachment. It has these little pipe cleaners, and I'm going to just figure out where I want it on the wreath, and I'm just going to twist it onto the frame. Once I've done that, I have this awesome bow that I made. There's more tutorials on my page or on YouTube, but I'm going to attach the bow just onto the side, and I'm going to use the wire to tie it right to the wreath frame. This bow, most of my bows, they always have just one long cascading tail, so I'm going to take the tail, bunch it up, and I'm going to twist it right onto the pine right here. And then I'm going to be cutting these tails. Sometimes it's easier to cut after you add it on so you know how long to make them, so I'm just dovetailing the tails, and then I'm going to be fray checking along the cut edges. This will just keep the edges from fraying. It'll make it look nice for a long time. Again, we have a video on the fray check on our YouTube on how to use it. So I just go right along the cut edge and it seals it. I have some extra pieces of ribbon that I'm just going to be twisting in here and there, just wherever there's a space. I still have more to add to the wreath, but I want to get some of these extra ribbons put in. I'm going to add one kind of under this loop, just because it shows a little bit more than I'd like. And now we are adding in the picks. I'm going to be cutting these picks into smaller pieces, so I'll get 2 smaller pieces out of each pick. And you just want to cut the stems maybe to be about 1 inch, maybe 2 inches long. And I'm going to be gluing them in. So normally I have my glue pot, but I didn't plug it in, so I'm using a hot glue gun. And I'm putting glue all over the stem and then just sticking it in around the bow. And these picks, ribbon, everything is available on our website at shopdesignerdiy.com. I love the leopard ribbon with these leopard curl picks. They match perfectly. So I'm sticking in some red ones. And then with the rest of the picks that I have, I'm just going to be like sporadically placing them into the wreath wherever there's like a small little gap. I also have some awesome red velvet ornaments that I'm going to be gluing in. I just cover the whole top with glue and I just stick it in. I'm using one right here where I tied the bow tail in just to kind of help cover it a little bit. And I'm just going to spread them out around the wreath. You want them kind of evenly spaced. You don't want them all in one spot. So I'm just going to glue those in. And this is how it looks when I was finished. I love it. So if you want to buy one of our wreaths, you can visit our website at shopdesignerdiy.com. We also have tons of tutorials on YouTube and TikTok. Thanks for watching.